my son from school, and my husband is a volunteer firefighter. Okay, so we were coming and we saw the smoke and it's burning. So I don't know what they're gonna do, but it's like burning a lot. So we're like, okay, what are we gonna do after we drop off our son? So now we know what we're gonna do. But I think it's just like somebody dumped like trees and stuff out here and they started burning them. Yeah, don't do that. I mean, if you're gonna burn something, call call the city or whatever, look at that. Call the city and let them help you do that. Like, let them, okay, where can I do this? Or can I do this at home? Or let them do it, because, like, if this catches on fire, then all of this, and then it goes all the way up there. So, and it's already, look at that tree. It's already fixing to catch on fire. So it's fixing to spread over there. So, yeah, don't do that. Don't dump your stuff anywhere and everywhere, because that will catch on fire and then it will spread and everything. And this is the softball field. The softball field's over there. So don't do that. But I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know. He called his chief and I don't know what's gonna happen. So what a great morning, huh, to start. Oh, by the way, it's August the 20th, Monday. Look at those clouds over there. Look how pretty that is. But yeah, don't do that. We don't know who started it. They just dumped trees out here and lit it on fire. So if you're gonna light something on fire, you need to call the fire department or for them to help you do something like that. So see, look, now it's fixing to spread. It's fixing to spread all of that. So don't do stuff like that. Let's say, okay, so good morning, fam. Ricky's chief is out here now, so I came into the truck so that way they can, whatever they need to do, I don't know. But don't do that. Don't dump your stuff somewhere. This is the city dump. So like branches and like, if we have a storm and they need to cut branches off, they cut them and they just dump them, over the dirt, over there where I showed you. But they don't light it on fire. They just dump it. They just leave it there. And they tell, the city if they need branches to come out here and take some. But somebody just came and dumped it and lit it on fire. And don't do that. Whoa. Don't dump your stuff and light it on fire. Oh my gosh, why would you do that? I know you're trying to make the firefighters work, but I don't know what's over there. It's a big building over there. I don't know what that is. And I know the softball field is right behind the fire. So if that would have just spread more, it would have caught everything on fire. And all this land, we're under a burn ban, I think, because it's been so dry where I live. So all of it, like beyond what's on fire, is very dry. Even though it's green, it's very dry. Very, very dry. And that can just catch really quick. If the wind caught that fire and spread it, that whole thing would have been on fire. So don't dump your stuff, and be responsible. Come on. be responsible. So they're just watching it right now, make sure it doesn't spread really fast. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna call the fire department out here and take it out. But not a lot of people know that this is out here, so it has to be only a few people. I know the city workers know, you know, and probably their friends, and I didn't know this was out here, and I've lived here for like more than 10 years, and I didn't know this was out here. I just would come to the softball field, and I just thought this was just like a parking space. I didn't really come out here, so yeah, don't do that. Well, anyway, by the way, we dropped off my son around 7:30. We dropped him off, and he did not want to wake up this morning. He was just like, he was like, that he didn't want to go, and that he was tired, and he didn't want to wake up. And so, you know, we got him dressed, we got him ready, and we got in the truck, started pulling up to the school, and we started walking him to the school. And he started getting excited. He goes, he's like, today I'm going to be the leader. And he said that he was going to color for me and color some pages and do some letters. And he started getting excited. And when we got to his room, you know, he kind of just like, okay, see you guys later. I'm booking it. Like, I was like, let me see your backpack so I can hang it up. And he gave it to me. He's like, he didn't even say bye. He just like ran to his seat, and like he's like, okay, Mom, I'm not thinking about you right now. Let me do my life. Yeah, that fire is spreading really fast. He's like, let me just do what I need to do here. Bye. See you later. Like, he just completely forgot about me. But that's a good thing. That's a good thing that he did that, because that makes him confident like that. That means he likes his classroom and he likes to be there. So if you ask him and he tells you no, that's because he's probably thinking about like, I gotta wake up. But I'm glad that he likes it. That fire is spreading really fast. I don't know what they're doing. I don't even know where they're at. But I don't know. We dropped them off, and then we kind of got back on the main road, and we were at a light, and we saw this smoke, and my husband was like, that's not a control burn. Somebody's not out there burning that. That's too big. And so he's like, I think I know where it's at. And he knew exactly where it was at. Did he start it? No. Because somebody's done this before. Somebody has come out here, dumped their stuff, and like burned it. One time where you know how there was 2 fires? Well, the whole thing was on fire. Like somebody had just completely just burned everything. And this has happened a few times already where they had to come out here and do this. So yeah, we saw it, and he's like, I think I know exactly where that's at. And so we came out here, and yeah, he was right. So his chief is just trying to, I guess, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. But that other one is kind of dying down a little bit. I don't know what they did, but this other one is kind of spreading pretty fast. But I don't know. They'll get it done, I guess. I don't know if I'm going to work. My husband's off today, so it's like I want to spend some time with him. Like, we don't ever spend time together, and I really want to spend some time with him. So I don't know. I'll call my father-in-law and see what he's up to and go from there, I guess. So I will see you guys. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Good morning, fam. It's the next day. I think the last clip you saw was... What was the last clip? I don't remember. But it's the next day. My son's eating before school, so that way he doesn't have to be like having to be in a rush to go eat. But oh, the last clip was the fire thing. So yeah, so he's fixing to finish eating and then going to hit to drop him off. And my husband is just amazing. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so blessed to have my husband, because he knows I'm not a morning person. He knows that it takes me a little bit to like wake up. Like, I'll be up, but it takes me a little bit to be awake. And this morning he got up, gave him a bath, took him, like, they took a shower, got his backpack and all his stuff in there, his water and his lunchbox ready, and he's ready to go. Got him dressed, and oh my gosh, I'm just so blessed to have him. Like, I don't know. But I'm fixing to drop him off and then come back. And I'm so glad that, like, now, I don't know, like, I have the time now in the mornings to read, because it forces me to wake up and it forces me to read, because now I have to get up, get him to school, you know, do all that, and then I have like 30 minutes to myself to read and to pray or whatever I need to do. So I have no excuse now. I have nothing, no excuse. So now I can read, and now I can, you know, pray and have that time for him now. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I will see you in a little bit. Hi, fam. Oh my goodness. So today is, I don't know what, today is, I think, the 21st, Tuesday, and I went to go pick up my son from school, and I didn't have a chance. This is the third day of school. I haven't had a chance to talk to the teacher one-on-one, because it's just been like so busy, and like there's so many people trying to talk to her, and it seems like every morning she gets like bombarded by like so many parents. So I know it must be hard, you know, especially the few days of school that's just started. But I went to go pick up my son from school, and she wanted to talk to me. So I was like, I didn't know what to expect. I was just like, oh my goodness. Okay, hopefully I won't get any more interruptions. So, sorry. I talked to her, and she was telling me that my son has not been listening, that he has been throwing tantrums, and he's been throwing his shoes across the classroom, and he's throwing his pencils and his crayons. And she said today that he just did not listen today. That she asked him to do things, and he would say that she was a meanie. And what she told me next just like enraged me. Like, it just completely I just like went into mom mode. Like, not for her, but for my son. Like, I wanted to be like, let's go. We're fixing to go home, and I'm fixing to spank you. She said that she put him aside, sat him down, and started talking to him, you know, one-on-one. Okay. So she said she put him to the side, talked to him one-on-one, and told him that he couldn't do things like that, that he needed to listen, you know, And she said that he stuck his tongue out and practically spit in her face. And my mind, I was just like, that you don't even need to say anything else right now. I'm fixing to go home. But I knew if I said things to him, because at that moment I was angry. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was angry. I was very angry. I was very upset with my son. And it just, like, I was just angry. And, you know, she was talking to me, but she wasn't mad. She was more, you know, just, you know, is there anything different that y'all do at home? That way I can use it. You know, she was just more trying to, you know, see what other things that she could use. She's a really nice person, like really nice teacher. And, you know, we were talking to her. I was talking to her, and I told her that, you know, I apologized, and I told her I was very sorry. And my son does not do that. My son, he has never done that. Never spit in someone's face. And so I was just like, why is he doing these things? Why is he doing that? And I was so mad. Like, you know, we were walking to the car, and he was like, I'm sorry, Mom, I'm sorry, don't tell Dad, and I'm sorry. And I didn't say nothing to him. Like, I was so mad that I just didn't even respond to him. And I know I should have, but I know if I would have responded, it would have just, I just didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing. And so I called his dad, and I told him everything. And he told me that, you know, because he has an iPad. And, sorry, when his iPad dies, you know, he uses our phone. So he's like, okay, no iPad, no phones, no TV, nothing. So I was like, okay. So, you know, I just started, on the way home, I just started praying, and I was like, Lord, help me. Help me be a parent. Help me be a parent that you want me to be, and help me say the words that will just pierce his heart and just not do things like that. So, you know, came home, and I told him, I'm like, go to your room and clean your room. No TV, you're not getting, put your backpack down, put your shoes on the shelf, and I want you to clean your room. And, you know, really quick, he cleaned it, and the whole time he was cleaning it, he was just crying, and he was saying that he did wrong, and that he wasn't gonna get, what did he say? He wasn't gonna get an iPad anymore, that I was mad at him, and the teacher was mad at him. And so, you know, so he finished, and I kind of just went into the restroom, and I just kind of just prayed, and I just sat there like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna, like, my son doesn't do that. He doesn't, like, if I ask him to do something, if he won't do it, then I'll snap, and I'll be like, you need to do it, and he'll do it. So I told my teacher, that's what I do. I told his teacher, you know, if you ask him once and he doesn't do it, I snap. You know, I snap my fingers, and, you know, I point at him, and he does it. So she's like, can I use that? And I told her yes, that she could do it. And I told her, I was like, that she needed to be stern with him, you know, that not to use, you know, the kind voice, to have a stern voice with him. And I told her she could do that. And so he cleaned his room, and he was just sitting on his bed. So I went in there, and I explained, I talked to him for about 30 minutes. And I explained to him, you know, that he can't do things like that. And I kind of put it in a situation where he understood it as a job, you know, because when, before he went to school, he would go to work with me. And so he would tell me, you know, where are we going? He's like, we're going to work. So he understands, you know. And so I told him, like, this is your job. Your job is to go to school. Your job is to listen to the teacher. Whatever your teacher, I said her name, you know, whatever your teacher says, you need to do it. I was like, so if she tells you, if Mrs. tells you, hey, go to your seat, what are you going to do? And he says, I'm going to go to my seat. And I was like, well, okay. I was like, if your teachers, because they do centers, like they have different centers that they do. different parts of the classroom with different activities, and they call them centers. And I told him, I'm like, okay, if Miss tells you, okay, let's do centers, what are you gonna do? And he said that he was gonna do centers. So I kind of did it where, you know, if the teacher asked him to do something, what was his response? And so I told him, like, this is your job now. You know, you go to school to do that. That's your job, and the teacher's job is to help you, and the teacher's job is to help you learn. And he understood that. And I told him, I'm like, you can't. I asked him, I was like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing things like this? Why are you throwing your shoes? Why are you spitting in her face? And I told him, do you want mom to spit at you? Do you want me to spit in your face? Do you want your friends to spit in your face? And he just like, that just like broke his heart. Like, he just made this really sad face and started crying. And he was like, no, he's like, I don't want that. I don't want them to do that. And I was like, well, why are you doing it? You don't do it. And, you know, he understood that. And I told him, I'm like, tomorrow we're going to walk into that classroom. You're going to put your backpack up, and I want you to tell Miss that you're sorry. And I told him, I'm like, say it. And he said it. He's like, Miss, I'm sorry. And I told him, for what? And he said, for throwing my shoes, for throwing my pencils, for spitting in your face. And I'm going to listen, and I'm not going to be bad. And it just, you know, I explained, I was honest with him. I explained to him, you know, that if he continues to do things like this, that we were going to give his iPad away, and that he wasn't going to go to my mom, with his grandma and grandpa's. And, you know, and I called my dad, you know, and I explained to him, you know, what he was doing. And my dad told him that if he said, if you're going to be bad, he's like, I don't want for you to come to my house because you're bad. You don't listen. If you're not going to listen, you're not going to come to my house. And that, I mean, that broke his heart. I don't know. It's just, I asked him why he was doing it. I asked him why he did those things. He said, because he missed me. And I told him, I'm like, I miss you too. The thing that broke my heart was his teacher told me that they do different activities. They do different, like, they color certain things, and they do different things with I guess, clay and Play-Doh, you know. And they get to take that home at the end of the week, or they get to do like a parent teacher student thing, and we get to go to the school and they show it. And I explained that to him, like, if you don't do that, then we can't see it. And I told him, I was like, I want to see it. I want to go show grandma and grandpa what you did at school. And I was like, if you don't do it, then we can't show it. When I was explaining that to him, I almost started crying, because it's like, I know that he wants to do these things, and I know that he can have fun there, but he chooses not to. He chooses to do these, he chooses to disobey, and he chooses not to do these activities because he misses me. So I tried to explain to him, you know, I miss you. And I told him, I'm not going to leave you there, but you have to go to school. And he says that he wants to come home. And I told him, well, no one's going to be home. I'm going to be at work. Dad's going to be at work. You're going to be by yourself if you stay home. And I told him, I was like, Mrs., she loves you. And because she's all, you know, we pick him up, and she tells him that she loves him, and that she was happy for him to be in his class, and that he is sweet, and that he has a really big heart, and that she can see that. She's like, but she just wants to know what we do at home to help him, you know, get to that point where he wants to do it. And I don't know, it's just, but what we did, we took his iPad away for the rest of the week. We took his iPad. He's not allowed to use our phones. He's not allowed to watch TV. And he is going to trace his letters when we come home. And I don't know, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. And I told him, yeah, and one of my sisters from church called me, and she told me, she's like, I'm not trying to tell you how to raise your kids. She's like, but you know, sometimes you do have to spank them. And I've spanked my son maybe twice, I think. My husband does it. My husband is the one that does it. And I know I have to, because that's not acceptable. That's not acceptable for me. I'm not going to accept that. That is not acceptable for him to act that way and to treat his teacher that way, and that I'm not going to accept that. And so I have to. And I told him to. I told him, if you keep acting bad and you keep doing what you're doing, throwing your shoes and not listening and, talking back to her and saying names to her, I'm going to spank you. When you come home, I'm going to spank you. And he didn't like that. He did not want that. So I hope, oh my goodness, I pray that, and she says, she's like, I know it's third day of school, and I know this is his first time going to school, and she said, I just need help. What do y'all do at home that that helps him? That way he can do it here. And it's just, he doesn't do that at home. That's why it's like, I don't know. I just told her, I was like, but I told her that I would work with him. I was like, I will work with him. I was like, he's not gonna do that anymore. I was like, he's never done that before. And I don't know, it's just really hard for me, I guess, to see that, because he's never done that before. He's never, I mean, he'll talk back, but I'll really quick correct him, and I don't know. I just hope that I want to do this now and nip it in the bud before it gets, just like, she told me, before he gets older, and then you can't do anything to discipline him when he's older. And I don't want that. He needs to show respect, and he needs to do what he's told at school. So he's right here. Morning.
Morning.
Are you better?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love you.
Love you.
Shoot, being a mom is hard. So I know he'll be better tomorrow. I know he will. As long as we keep, talking to him and keep directing him the right path, and keep, pushing it in his head that he can't do things like that, and to keep that discipline, on top. So I know he'll do better tomorrow. Right? He said. So yeah, that's what happened today. I didn't do nothing today. I went to work, did what I had to do at work, got off at 2:30. He doesn't get out till 3:10, so by the time I came in town, it was already 3 o'clock. So I went straight to go pick him up, and that's when his teacher talked to me and had a long talk. So when his dad comes, he's gonna talk to him too. So yeah, tomorrow will be a better day. I know it will. And I'm probably gonna cut these videos, because I know the first couple of things I recorded, it was kind of long. So I'm probably gonna put them into 2 parts, probably, because I don't want to do it more than 20 minutes or 24 minutes. So, because I know that's a long video to watch. And sometimes I don't watch videos till like I'm laying down, and I'll try to not watch a long video. So I will see y'all guys in a little bit. Oh my goodness. If y'all have any ideas, on what worked with your kids, or if your kids acted this way on their first day of school, what helped
because I'm desperately needy. I don't know. If you have anything that helped with your kids, you know, with discipline, just put them in the comments, because I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't want him to continue to do this. I'm not going to accept that. That is not acceptable for me or my husband. So I'm not, no, that's not. Mm-mm. I didn't act that way in school. I didn't ever act that way at school. And I don't know about my husband, but I didn't. I know. If I did, my dad, my dad would set me straight really quick. So, yeah. I'll see y'all in a little bit. Thanks for listening. It's like 16 minutes long already. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. Hey, fam. So I'm gonna end it here. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I'll probably do one big video. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I know that he will be great. So he will do good as long as he understands why we want him to do this, why we want him to, you know, show respect for his teacher and not, you know, refuse to do what she says. So I know he'll do good. But tomorrow, I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday, and I don't think we're not gonna have youth at the church, but the town is doing like a back to school bash or something like that, and they invited all the kids to go, but I don't know if we're gonna go. We'll see. I don't know, it just bums me out. Like, it just bums me out because I know he knows better, you know, and I know that he can do, like, he gets things quick. Like, I don't know. I know I need to continue to push him and encourage him and lift him up, and, you know, that he can do it, not to give up, but it's a struggle. Being a mom is hard, I guess. I mean, first time mom. I mean, I've had kids, like, I've taken care of kids before, and I've taught kids, and I've had my own daycare business, and, you know, done all that. But it's like, when it's your kid, it's like, when I've taken care of to 15 kids by myself, all younger than he is, and taught them, and, you know, taught them their letters and colors, you know, to get them ready for school. And when I had my son, it's like everything just, like, left. Everything I knew, like, just went out the window, and I was like, what do I do with this child? Like, what do I do? So, like, now it's like, I don't know, I know he'll understand. And we just gotta keep, you know, keep that, what is it, that routine of for him to keep going. And I don't know, just a lot on my mind right now, I guess. But I know he'll do good. I know that he'll be okay, and I know that everything will be okay tomorrow. So I guess I'll end it here. Since we're not, I don't think we're going to the thing tomorrow. Since we're not, I'm gonna see if my husband will do a video with me. I've been telling him that I want to do one, but we haven't had a chance to do it. So I'm gonna see if he wants to do it tomorrow. So we'll do that. And then that's it, I think. So I will see you guys tomorrow. And hope y'all have a great night or day or afternoon or whenever you're watching this. And stay blessed, stay encouraged, stay strong, keep pushing forward. Continue to have that desire for His word, and continue to have that desire for His will, and to stay with Him always. So yeah, so I will see y'all guys later. Good night. Bye, fam.